The Cyberpunk playthrough isn't dead, no. I've still got the save file. I've got a new computer since then, but yeah, I've still got the save file. Yes, I believe I do. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I do. It's been ages, though, since I played it, so I might want to start again anyway, just to get a better handle. That being said, I could just skim watch some of the videos to catch the main story notes. It's been a little while, but to be honest, it's just been a case of having time. There's been a lot of other stuff to cover. And let's be honest, Cyberpunk wasn't in the best developed state right at the beginning. So part of it is also been waiting for it to be in a better state to play. Though from what I understand, that's very much the case now. It's a much better game, much more polished than it was at launch. It had a very rough launch. Very. So that's almost like massive understatement territory. In fact, let's just get in here. Mines. Pop. For now, I'm going to say if this is below anything. It's below 1,000. Please don't be active. Actually, cancel that. Cancel. Don't finish your job. Get rid of everything first. This should still be overpressured. It is. Woo. If you missed the first comment, hi. Been a long time since I've seen an Aavak stream. I'm hosting. I'm going for now, but might be back later. Have a great day, everyone. Aavak. Take care, Hammers Food. Thanks for dropping by, mate. I should be getting plenty of igneous rock from various other sources right now. One there as well. And then one down here. Now the problem here is that igneous rock consumes quite a lot. Insulated pipes consume quite a lot. We've got so much around here that I could just tear down. That would be very, very helpful. In fact, let's bump that up in priority. Let's get that pulled up because that will allow me to build the rest of the oil pipe. Let's get that out of the way. They should be using the bottle filler over here. Okay, we still need a bit more of an injection of polluted water into the system, but we'll get there eventually. We've actually got supercoolant over here. How did we end up with supercoolant over here? That's really hard to make. My lord. Supercoolant in the massive lake of silly stuff. I missed your soothing voice. Nice to hear when I'm waking. Oh, thanks, Sharbel. I keep meaning to go back to Cyberpunk. I was really looking forward to it, but it was so disappointing. Yeah, it was a bit. I've been wanting to play a lot of different games, but unfortunately, they're all multiplayer. After you uploaded your 7 Days to Die playthrough, I wanted to play it before I realised I didn't have a Sheilab. Aw, Plenty of people play 7 dies, though. There's loads of them on the Dapperdale Discord server, in fact. !Discord in chat. As Sheelab says, plenty of people play 7 days single player and still have loads of fun. Yeah, no, absolutely. Industrial runoff. Oh, I guess, maybe, yeah. Okay. Now, at present, this whole system is a little bit better set up now. What we're going to want is the SR latch. So, when this turns green, I wanted to send a green signal to this. But then when a green signal is sent from this, it will reset that green signal to its off state. So all of this will pull down. Basically, I want the inverse of this, because when this is not, when this is red, that's saying that this isn't ready. So I want these gantries to be deployed. But when this turns green, saying that the command capsule is ready for launch, I want this to turn red so that these get withdrawn and the so this part will need to be the NOT gate, because I want green to just be sent directly up here and open up the blast doors. When this receives green, again, blast doors should be opened. But if this is red and this is red, then they should be closed. There's no reason to have it opened. So this can just basically be a direct input to these doors. Each one of these. If either one of them is green, then they should open. However, this should have the inverse of the command capsule, and I think yeah, just having this go into the SR latch as is will be fine. So if a rocket is returning, it sends a green signal turning the SR latch back to red, which will retract the gantries. And the green signal will carry on and modified up here to make sure that the doors are open. But when that stops being green and goes red, it doesn't make any difference to the SR latch. So the gantries remain withdrawn. But when the shuttle lands, this will stop being green. This will still be red because there won't be enough in the shuttle, like it won't have fuel or any number of other things. So this will invert into green and will hopefully re-engage the gantries. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. So with that, I feel we need to get rid of this, and these two need to basically feed into this directly. Let's get that done first. This is the output port. Send a green signal when the rocket launch checklist is complete, otherwise red. Green signal is launch the rocket. Red signal await launch command. I could tie this into the system so it'll launch automatically. I'm going to wait on that one, though. Any tips for making it past cycle 50? It depends entirely on the thing that's taking you out before 50, honestly. Generally speaking, I would say most people struggle with... let's go ahead and take this out. With heat management. That seems to be the thing that wipes the most people. Actually, let me cancel that for a second. I would like to remove that and place this up here. That way, if very hot oil starts pumping out, it doesn't go all over this and then melt my way out of there. But if heat management isn't the problem that you're facing, and instead it's something like food management or simply oxygen, there are specific things you can focus on to try and make that a little bit easier. Heat is like a ninja. It sneaks up on you until it's too late for your mealworms and too hot to grow. Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very true. But there are some things you can do to deal with that. If you've got a cold biome that you can see, you can go and grab some ice and literally just make a temp shift plate of ice next to your mealworms, and that will very rapidly pull that temperature down for you. We've got the 7s there. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Forgive me, purely sarcastic. Oh, right. Sorry, I read that at face value, my bad. Right, it's just a matter of letting our derps get stuff done right now. We've got well, we used to have a decent amount of natural gas, not quite as much anymore, sadly. Though it is accruing. Gradually, it is accruing. It's not being allowed through right now. We don't need it, which is lovely. Looks like we're building a bunch of pipes right now, or tearing them down. Yeah, we're tearing them down. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's get that rebuilt. And with that igneous rock, we should be able to finish off a little bit more. Ooh, is that too high? Yes, it's going to be too high. Let me get that. And it looks like it might be too high over there as well, so I'll pop 2 ladders around here. Igneous rock. Get over here and down. All the way, more or less. I think we might as well tear down this system. Don't think we're going to need it. Let's get that out of here. And pipes specifically. Get all of those gone. And that as well. I don't think we're going to have a trouble with CO2 sneaking up past this point ever again, more or less. Maybe that's a bit bold, but not for quite some time at the very least. Nope. Reject all. Right, let's continue down and across. Nope, we still got it. And yep. There. Once that pipeline is complete, we'll be able to safely investigate this. Until then, I don't want to do anything because the pump isn't going to be able to evacuate this area of oil quick enough to save everything over here. Let's get that done quickly, because that way I can go on a tea break while it's all working through. Time for me to have some dinner. I shall be right back. Take care, Rochain. Enjoy your dinner, mate. Don't rush it. Well, there's lots of 7s. Maybe invest in some workers to increase the work throughput or cancel sleep. Cancel sleep is maybe an option. We are presently trying, like this has been the focus of the last few streams, the last 2 at the very least, preparing a mega base so that I can double the amount of people working in the colony. We'll get there, but it's going to take a little bit of time, that's all. Also, can we get all of that swept up for me? Please and thank you. We keep bringing slicksters over here when we've got too many, and they eventually just starve to death because there's no bloody food. But they produce quite a lot of petroleum while they're here. Maybe we stop bringing slicksters, eh? Feels very cruel. Let's instead send them somewhere that's full of CO2. Down here will do. Actually, it's not really that full of CO2 anymore, is it? Yeesh. Nevertheless, it's still going to be a better place for them, so we'll pop the slicksters down here. Pop. Make that a priority 9, because I'm not going to be able to leave for a tea break if I know my slicksters are just being left there to die and starve. Not that that's not something that we don't speak about this room. We never look at it either. Never. It doesn't exist. If you think it exists, it's because you're a bad person. Your mind is full of bad things. Are we done with... Oh, no, we're still working our way down. From my experience, my largest slowdown is typically setting up auxiliary bases to cut down travel time. Yeah, that makes sense. Come on. There we go. That was not what I'd hoped for, but okay. Little by little, you're slowly getting there. Just need a little bit more encouragement. There we go. I'd come back. Oh, okay, fair enough. Maybe I should actually tell my derps to enable proximity. Yeah, let's go for enable proximity. This actually might make a massive difference for us. We'll see. This may actually be the secret source that we've been needing. Right, you. Slicksters. Done and done. Alright. Let's quickly get this sorted. Actually, no, we are going to say... Oh, yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Right, okay, so I need that analyzed right now. Want this swapped up right now. This... if it's below... no, we'll say if it's above 50 kgs, because... well, actually... Oil can fill up an area as it happens. Quickly. Also want that swept out of here. Go, go, go. How much pressure are you dealing with? Quite a lot, actually. Is anyone... There we go. Thank you very much, Shelley. I know it's hot. It sucks. But, you know, this is life. It's fine. It's fine. You can spend extra time on the massage table if you get too burnt. I will say if this is more than 10 kilos for now, just to get this pump working a little bit sooner. Almost there. You know what? Maybe I will allow it to get up to 50. I need to see how much a single tile can hold, though, of oil. A lot. So yeah, 50 is fine. I know the crude oil is a bit of a different beast. It will, because it's so viscous and massive, really. it occupies more space than like a water would in a tile, so you do have to be a little bit worried about it. Analyze always takes way too long. Yeah, it is a bit of a pain. But as soon as that's done, we're going to be going on a tea break. It's now 3 hours and 30 minutes past when I would have wanted to be on. Most vexing. This is a very long save. Right, everything in here is set the way it needs to be. The current ambient temperature is above... sorry, it's below... I could say if it's below 15... No, okay, apparently I can't. Below 15,000, and as long as this is below 50... Actually, I'm going to make that 10 kilos per tile. Then more water can be brought in. That seems good. Sorted. Right, I need the pipes that will lead everything back in. Does that sandstone? Yeah, it is. Okay, fair enough. Let's get those going up. There we are. Alright. Once all of that is done, then this room can be sealed off. This room can be sealed off first. I guess I could seal off this one. I just need a bit of hydrogen brought in here. So I don't really need to pump all of this out. This one can be filled up with hydrogen in its own time. I think that'll be fine. Perfectly fine. Now that is made of thermium, so it's not going to matter how hot that gets. Not from this crude oil, anyway. James is actually doing a fairly good job of getting that all researched. Well done, James. Got more food on the way, got more crude oil on the way. Alright. Plenty of petroleum heading up. Have we got much of a backlog? Well, it's getting there. We're slowly building up a reservoir of... a reasonable reservoir of petroleum. It's just now, James. I slept over long and yet Aavak is still going. Lol, how's it been? It's been doing okay, Ravenhawk. It's been doing okay. Come on, James. 50% oxygen. But there's science to do. No, James! I was about to praise you. You suck, James! My lord. Don't be like James, chat. Be like Shally. Actually, don't be like Shally either. They decided that getting a massage whilst their bladder was about to explode was a good idea. I honestly don't be like either of my scientists. They're both silly. There we go. Let's have a look at you. Right, 356 grams a second at 326 degrees Celsius. Eruption period 600 seconds. It basically keeps going. Active period 0.3 cycles every 0.5 cycles. Nice. That good enough. Right. Let's finish this off. Tunk tunk. And make that a ultra high priority, please, and thanks. Let's get that done. Go, go, go. And then once that's done, I'll just tear this open and shut that down. We won't take away the tube. The tube is fine for people to arrive here, but we'll pull down the actual transit tube access point. So they won't be able to jump into the tubes, but they can use that as a destination. Thank you. Right, that needs to be deconstructed as a high priority, and you need to do it. Excellent. Now that you're trapped, I may consider letting you out. Also, don't need this anymore. Hooray! A new source of crude oil. Just make sure that that's actually going the right way. It's going to come down here, across, down. And down, with giving priority to the other source. So that all works well. Alright. It's almost up there. You know what? I'm just going to quickly say, go! Then we're going to do that. Just so that we can watch this on its way. I like to just make sure that this isn't going to cross streams with something else and all of a sudden I'll come back to my base drowning in crude oil. What are your plans for all that empty space? What empty space are you talking about? Like, all of this? Don't know yet, I'm afraid. Also, loved Dread Hunger. I'm glad. But can't seem to find other videos on the game. Was it early access? I don't believe it is. No, I'm fairly certain you can get the game. I'm pretty certain about that, actually. I do know that Rito was in contact with the dev for quite some time, but that was largely because they were watching the progress of the development of the game. Alright, okay, plenty of crude down here. I'm certain we're going to have a nice flow of petroleum out. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Excellent times, these are. Very excellent times. Alright. Time to drop another save. And time to go for another tea break. As soon as that's done, there we are. Right, who are we going to follow? I think we are going to follow... Let's go for Manu this time. Once again, we're going to follow one of the haulers, because they're going to have an awful lot of work to do. Enjoy, Manu. And enjoy chat. I shall be back in a couple of minutes. I do recommend that you take this opportunity yourselves to go and grab a drink, stretch your legs, etc., etc. And when we return, hopefully work on the automation for the rocket. So, see you soon. Alright then. Doesn't look like anyone died, which is always a nice way to return after a tea break. And we've got some more gold amalgam, sure. Now, this should all be running relatively well. Slowly building up, sending oil across here and there. Just little drips and drabs. But that's fine. The main base is doing reasonably well. Let's get it cleaned out, though. There we are. And also... delete that. What pipe have we got there? Huh. I suppose so. That is the pipe for polluted water, I suppose. Right. Presently, we will have CO2. More or less everything down here is okay. Let me just double check. So, effectively, if the air pressure up here goes above 1,000 grams, these pumps will both activate. If it's oxygen, then it'll get filtered and then it will be reintroduced into the base. Otherwise, it gets dumped out. Hydrogen, whatever. Exactly the same thing down here. If this goes above 2,000, maybe I should do the same over here. 2,000 seems like a better number. This should filter out carbon dioxide, yep. And that goes into a reservoir. Otherwise, it gets passed over here. Now, from this reservoir, it'll send CO2 up into the canister filler, because we need that for our soda fountains. Otherwise, it will send it into another reservoir. Now, this reservoir ejects into a thermoregulator. And if that thermoregulator finds that the temperature of the CO2 is above 0 degrees, it'll run it through the thermoregulator and then reintroduce it back into the reservoir. If it is not, or perhaps if it is, if this is over full, which is a bit of a problem actually. The logic there should only allow it through if and only if it is cold enough. Huh. I really don't think that this should go straight in there. I think it needs to hook on. Because if this ever gets blocked, then it may not work properly. Yeah. I'll just have to accept that. It does mean that initially this isn't going to fill up as quickly, but it'll eventually be able to. Let's rotate that and have that come across. Could I run it through an ice biome? There aren't many left. But I mean, you could if that's what you wanted to do, yeah. I mean, we've got a frozen core, and that's how most of our base cooling happens. But this insulated gas pipe will then, if it is cold enough, that is, it's below zero, it gets introduced into our freezer area with 3 refrigerators. Once the CO2 is up that high, this will close down and no more will be introduced. This can see all refrigerators, so any food dropped in here will be deposited, but whilst it's in here, it'll be in a sterile environment, which will hopefully be near enough to freezing, which will preserve the food indefinitely. Other than that, if it's not, if this area is already full of CO2, it will be added to any other waste gas, which will go through here. If this will check if it's oxygen, and if it is, it'll vent it out, and if it's not, it'll immediately just dump it outside of the base. Alright, I think that's about as good as we're going to get there. And as soon as they've decommissioned this a little bit, let's have them do that. We are going to seal that part off, and the final part of this basement area will be a pump, just down here. That pump is specifically there to deal with any the mechanical surfboard, water, or, of course, any accidents. Maybe I shouldn't even worry about and just dump it out. I think we'll just dump that one out. We're not going to worry about filtering it. That seems surplus to demand, really. I will have this right there. We will have a hydro sensor. Because, you know, even though I don't really care how much is gathered, I don't want to just have that pump running all the time when it isn't necessary. There we go. That should be everything we need. Please get that swept. With that, I think we're good. I think we can actually see... Oh, wow, is that should be sedimentary rock. Oh, no. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder if we're going to find... Oh, okay, we've got sedimentary rock around here. I only need a tiny amount. Igneous rock around there. Sedimentary over here again. More over there. Loads of sedimentary over here. Thank goodness. Right. Let's get some of the sedimentary rock collected then. I was very concerned for a moment, I'm not going to lie. Gotta go for now. Gonna go and watch part 2 season of Pokemon Journeys. Take care, Hamisfood. Enjoy. Tankiyama, thank you very much for the 5 months. I haven't completed the automation for the rocket yet, no. Yep, this is definitely too far along for someone to walk into without prior knowledge. Good luck though, Aavak. Oh, take care, back up, Buell.